YouTube, what's up? Malcolm Massey here, and today I'm going to show you my top 3 favorite beats from the 4 Producers Flip One Sample segment by Andrew Huang. If you haven't seen these videos, definitely check them out. They're dope as shit. But I'm going to just take my top 3 out of the 2 that I've seen and show you my faves. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. See you on the flip side. So, video number 3, producer Jana, aka J-Van. US DJ slash producer. Don't know really too much about her, or anybody for that matter that you might see in this video, because, I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't. And it's a shame, because as dope as I think she is, she's also talented as shit. So, video number 3, Jana, check it out.
Hello, my name is Jana. I am a producer slash DJ, and I'm very excited to be part of this project. So when I first heard the sample, I got a really grungy and edgy sort of vibe from it. First, I started off by using the first part of the vocal sample, making it into like an overlaying pad. It sits across the entire track except for parts of the drop, and it kind of gives a consistent ambient sound towards the entire track. But then I start to layer my own instruments by adding a very reverbed out piano, and I also added my own hip-hop beats. I start to bring up more instruments when the build-up starts. During the build-up section, I decided to play with part of the sample. I duplicated it, multiplying it many times. I am also pitching up the key of the sample. And here I have my drop.
It's a bit darker sounding.
Ooh. This is badass.
Cool, like dark beat vibes.
Can't wait to see where this goes.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Classic. Yeah, it's so hype. It's so hype.
Bring it.
I love that horn.
That horn is...
It's like giving me chills.
These drums really hit.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again.
I love this build up so much.
Oh, here we go again. Bye-bye. Oh, we going somewhere. Ah, it's so badass.
That synth?
So much space. Love the sound design.
I love it so much.
Ooh, nice contrast with the rhythm. Ooh.
Yeah, Jenna, you really brought it.
It's good. I like it.
I'm envisioning like a chase scene through a prison.
That was epic. Like a fight
Video
scene.
number 2 by Virtual Riot, German DJ or producer. Yeah, DJ and producer. DJ slash producer. If you like EDM slash dubstep-ish type music, you're definitely going to love this one. He just shreds this sample to fucking pieces. So check it out. Video number 2, Virtual Riot.
I started with the original sample just to give a little introduction so everyone knows what the material that we used was. and I put it in a simpler and basically just started pitching it around. And in the back, I put the same sample into granulator, bringing up this beautiful chord as like a little pad in the background. And then we start. So everything here is from the original piano sample except for the drums. I even made a shaker loop out of the original sample. So that used to be only the piano sample. So without the effects that I added, it just sounds like this. So then with erosion, frequency shifting, multiband, expanding, another EQ, and an auto pan, it sounds like an actual shaker. So this is basically what I did for every sound in this, like just heavily process the piano like crazy. For example, the main bass here, that's also just the piano. It's just playing that low note and then all these effects on top. The process behind all these basses is basically all the same. It's lots of distortion, filtering, and compression to kind of get the sound I was looking for out of whatever the input signal is. These little fills in here, those are also just single notes from the piano. I tried to make risers, like little impacts and swooshes from the sample as well. So it's just playing a little excerpt of the original sample. It keeps playing this little loop, but it goes faster and faster if I go higher with the pitch. Then in the middle, we have this little build-up. It's the original sample again, but this time with a frequency shifter on it to make it sound a little more spooky. And then it kind of turns into a riser. Those drums are not made from the original piano samples, so I just had like a kick and a snare up here, and some cymbals, some snaps. Then the main bass in here is also some effect craziness. It's an auto filter with a very small bandpass and lots of resonance, then being run through a bit crusher that creates this kind of oi, yo, yo effect.
I'm kind of scared of this one. The transients are like massive.
Just opens with the whole sample.
I like how you processed it.
Oh, wow. This is crazy good.
Very intense.
Alright. You gotta be kidding me.
I don't know how he does this.
Oh my god. Ah, it's like so dystopian. Here we go, here we go.
Oh my god.
That is so mean.
This changed to a completely different song.
Oh my god. It just opens right back up. Yeah, I like these little tingly bits.
Really cool syncopation there.
It's so filthy, but it's so clean.
Multiple emotions at once.
Whoa.
Wild.
That was interesting. It's like 4 different songs into one song.
That was like a roller coaster mixed in with every other ride at the theme park.
Last but not least, your number 1, Andrew Huang. Straight savage, Canadian musician. Multi-talented. I mean, as you'll see, like he uses all types of instruments to destroy the sample. By far, my favorite beat out of his segments of 4 producers, Flip One Sample. I have played this on repeat 1,000 times. Like, I absolutely love it. So you guys check it out. Tell me what you think. Here we go. Andrew Huang, number 1.
Alright, so as usual, what I like to start with is just chopping out the parts of the sample that I think are the most interesting or that I know how I want to work with. I knew I wanted this low note as kind of an anchor, you know, it just has the most bass to it. It kind of gives us some harmonic context. It starts this riff that I ended up coming up with. And sometimes on the end of that, for a variation, I reversed one of the chords and did a little pitch automation down on it, so it sounds like this. And then I layered another run on top of that. And that brings us to the second way that I worked with the sample, which is a new section where I just took some chords and pitch shifted them around to come up with a chord progression. And this is one of my favorite things about sampling material that has chords, is that you end up coming up with a progression that you otherwise wouldn't have by taking what's available, but also pitch shifting it around and seeing what works, trying different registers, trying different combinations. It's a really different way of coming up with chord progressions compared to like trying to play them on an instrument. So here's what I ended up coming up with. And one of my favorite little tricks that I'm doing here is when you have a held chord, sometimes I like to chop it to just half as long as I need and then reverse it and use the reverse copy as the second half, so it kind of swells into the next chord. So that's everything I did with the sample. I kind of came up with my two different song sections first, and then I just built around that with different instruments. So I played some drums in, and then I wanted to double what the piano was playing with some guitar. It just felt like for the vibe I wanted, having a guitar doing that melody line along with the piano would feel really good. I also pulled out the old upright bass to put a bass line on this. Later in the track, I play in some lead lines on the super dreamy Matrix Brute synthesizer. I love you. And then for some final little touches that I actually think add a lot, I added some sound effects and little vocal chops in. Both these sound effects are designed in Ableton's Operator FM synth. There's a little rise. I also made this laser beam sound. And then I just went on Splice and grabbed a couple of little vocals like, yeah, that one gets you hyped, and then a couple yeahs. Yeah. And those are all the layers of my track. Have a listen.
Excited.
Oh, wait. You doubled that with a guitar.
It's really clean. It's so clean.
I love the guitar. Yes.
The guitar lines are beautiful.
Ooh, nice transposition.
Like the way that he's using that as the line there. Like that's really creative.
I love how you've implemented those like jazzy runs that the sample has as well, because those are really hard to use since they were like so all over the place.
Like the bounce. I really like the guitar, definitely.
I love this B part. And it just keeps developing.
Oh, nice fill.
This is fun.
Oh, that one was dope.
That was dope. That was really fun.
Oh, I love the ending.
And those are my faves. Those are my top three. If you haven't, definitely go check out Andrew Huang's channel to see these videos in its entirety. I'm going to leave a link in the description so that you guys can, fast forward to those immediately. Definitely check it out. These people are very, very talented, and it's amazing what they do with one sample and how it varies between different producers. So by all means, go ahead and check it out. Please subscribe, like this video if you thought it was as awesome as I did. Be sure to follow, hit the notification button, hit that little bell so that you are notified anytime I upload new content. And with that being said, you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Let's get it.